right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
Bro, when was the last time you had to look for a job, Tony? You had to actually look for a job, not...
I've never had to look for a job.
You just always called somebody you knew,
Yeah.
and they called somebody, and you had a job.
Yeah. I've only really had 4 jobs in my life, though.
Oh, fuck. Well, so this is it's a weird kind of struggle, bro. It's really, really different out there. Because I remember back in the day when you didn't have a job, you'd print out your resume. And I remember I had this little cheat sheet that I got from ROP that you'd write down all your references. So you had their names, their phone numbers, their addresses, all their information that you were going to need. You had your work history written down. That you just go and basically copy it onto the job application, right? And if you had a chance, you would interview right then and there because you'd ask for the manager. Well, now you go in and be, hey, are you guys hiring? Yeah, you just got to go online. And people must, like, te despidan, they just, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
They don't got time for you?
Yeah, they just kind of treat you like, yeah, get out of here. Like, you're wasting my time. Get away, my boy. You're wasting my time. And there's no worse feeling than that. People make you feel like that.
But hold up. If that's the way it is, why would somebody just go to a place to look for a job?
Say it again?
If that's the way it is now where everything's online, like you apply for a job online, why would someone be going into the actual facility and asking for a job?
Well, I think if you haven't been looking for a job in a really long time...
You don't know any better?
Yeah, you don't know. You're like I'm much better in person than I am on paper. Like, I can write. I got good communication skills, but your personality doesn't come across on paper the way it does in person. So I would much rather meet somebody, shake their hand, and let's get down to business. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking online. I'm looking everywhere, dude. I'm applying. I applied all the way down to the Torres Reservation, up to the Morongo Reservation. I've applied at County Riverside, all the way out to they had a job out at the prison in Blythe.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I'd be out there 3-4 days a week.
You're crazy.
Why?
Because you're too old for that.
What the fuck you talking about? Oh, I wasn't gonna be walking around with a fucking stick and trying to get these motherfuckers to pay attention. No. I wasn't trying to be no fucking warden or nothing like that. No fucking, what are they called? A PO. No, I'm good, bro. What do they call when they PO's a police officer? What do they call them when they're at the jail?
There is a word for them. I don't know. I don't remember.
Anyways, so and then it had been so long since I'd looked for a job. I had one email address back in the day.
Correctional officer?
There you go, CO. Yeah. So then I had this one email address, and I figured, okay, well, I can use that one, or I can create a new one and apply with that email address. That way it's going sent to a different email address, and I can keep track of them easier that way, of what I've applied for, right? Well, now I have Indeed, I have the Glassdoor, I have all these job sites that are reaching out to me that I don't know what the hell they are. And then you got to put on a profile for each one. And now I'm getting fucking emails to all my email addresses. I don't even know what I've applied for anymore, Tony. I'm going to end up with like 4 jobs by the time this shit's done. I'm going to be like a Jamaican and shit, right?
What is criteria?
Criteria?
The word I'm looking for? Like, what type of job are you saying that you want?
Well, it would have to be like either like a GM or an operations manager or even a project manager.
Damn, you don't want to work your way up, huh? You just want that top spot.
I'm already there. Why would I have to work my way up?
Because you ain't with the company.
And you don't have to start off at the bottom rung on every company.
I'm not saying every company, but you want no company. You
Yeah,
just want to slip in there. I'm the boss now.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you want to be like on Captain Phillips. I'm the captain now.
Yeah. I'm running this place. You do, but I tell you.
But I mean,
But
Are
that's
you-
what they're looking for. It's not like I'm saying, hey, I know that you're looking for a salesperson, but I want to run things. No. They're looking for operations managers,
Okay.
or they're looking for GMs. Yeah.
but I mean, is it again because I've never done this? Is it a category you're putting in like
Yes.
okay, like is there like office work or manual labor? Like, is that an actual category?
Yes.
Okay.
And then because the problem is that if I'm not using the right filter,
Filter, okay.
I'm gonna get a job that's $18 an hour. Well, I'm not gonna. I was making triple that. I'm not gonna go to $18 an hour from where I was at before. Makes absolute. I wouldn't be able to survive. I won't make it. You know what I mean? I got manager bills. I don't have entry level bills, so I need to make manager money, not entry level money. So, there's a lot of opportunities, but you gotta think that on top of all that, the people that are applying, there's got to be a huge amount of people applying for positions right now because of the jobless rate right now is the unemployment rate is crazy. So there's got to be a big competition pool.
Well, I thought the unemployment rate is low right now.
No, they tell you that, but it's not, because what happens is, like, your unemployment only goes for 2 years at the most. But let's say you were at a job and you were on unemployment before you took this job, okay? And then you took 6 months of unemployment and then got this new job. And then you worked for 6 months. Well, you don't have 2 years worth of unemployment. You got 4 months worth of unemployment. But it took you 6 months to get this new job. So once your unemployment runs out, it's not that you got a job. You're just not getting unemployment. So if you're not getting unemployment, they don't count that as, you no longer count as unemployed. Make sense?
Yes, their statistics is based on what they're paying out.
Correct.
So if you're not receiving anything, they're not considering you unemployed,
Correct.
even though you might not be working.
Correct. So it's skewed. It's all how you look at it, and that's how they're able to skew the numbers as to when the unemployment rate drops or is really high, because then they pay everybody or they pay nobody, and shoot, we're like 0.05% unemployment rate because you ain't giving checks. And man, I tell you what, for anybody that's on unemployment, man, bless your hearts. What a pain in the ass that system is. Bro, they don't even know what they have on their own fucking website.
So you're doing two things. You're trying to get a job and you're trying to get unemployment.
Well, yeah, I got to have money in the meantime.
But what I'm saying is you're online doing these two tasks.
Right. So, like, what I've done is I have this book where I write down, okay, so I wasn't tasking out my day, and I was just, by the end of the day, and I'm like, fuck, what did I do? What did I get accomplished today? Nothing. So I started writing down, okay, so today you're going to study for your life exam for an hour in the morning. You're going to try to get your unemployment set away. You're going to try to get the pool situated. you're going to try and find a job. Take your lunch at this hour. Come back, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this for an hour.
You're scheduling yourself like that? Like if you were actually working?
Well, you have to, dude, because if not, your day will end and fuck, dude, I watched like 18 episodes of Blacklist, bro.
That's me on a Saturday. I have to admit.
You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I watched Warrior Ninjas. I watched this, I watched that.
I'm like, oh shit, my old lady's driving up already?
Yeah, right?
Up, start washing dishes.
Yeah, I catch myself at the end of the day, and then I'm like, and then I started to, where at night, I'd have the TV on, and then I'd be on my phone looking at jobs or looking at reels or looking at TikTok or playing a video game on my phone while the TV's on. Next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So now the next day I'm not getting up at 8 o'clock like I should be to, 7 o'clock to get my day started. So now I'm waking up at noon and I stay in my sweat shorts and t-shirt all day. And that just keeps you unmotivated to do nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, that's enough. Now I get up, take a shower, get regular day clothes on, you know what I mean? And start doing my tasks that I have listed out for the day or I won't get anything done. So I have to force myself to be a living part of society, or I'm going to nap all day long. Like that. Like, so on Tuesday when we were supposed to record, right? And the night before, so Sunday, I was over at Champs watching the game. Great game, by the way. We'll talk about that in a minute. But my right side was really fucking numb. That's why I left at halftime and I came home. My side was so fucking numb and heavy. So I came home and laid down. And I took a pill. It's called a gabapentin, which is almost the same as what's called a Lyrica. And that's for nerve pain, right? So I took that, and that shit was making me sleepy. But I fought it. I didn't go to sleep. My problem. So then that night, I was up till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, fuck that, I got to get up at a normal time. So I got up early to do shit. And I did. I got shit. I was working on my, I called unemployment, which is, again, if you're on bless your heart, Jesus Christ, we'll get into that in a minute. Such a pain in the ass to get anything done. So I did that, and then I ended up falling asleep on the couch, but I had left my phone in the room. And I woke up, and I know that it was close to time for you to come, and I was like, fuck. But when I got up and I was walking down the hallway, I was all fucking, like I was walking from side to side but like I was drunk. Like walking down the hallway, hitting both sides of the fucking hallway. Like I took a leak before I called you, so I had to drop in sugar. Even you said, you sound funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I was drunk. Like I was
Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday. And so I ended up I took another gabapentin, and this time I didn't fight it. I was like, fuck, I was out. I was done. But I was able to get up on Wednesday, 7 o'clock and put up a good fight for unemployment and kind of got something squared away with the pool and all this other bullshit. So, and studied for my life exam and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, dude, I don't know how, like, this is really a good test for me because I said that I wanted to do remote work, which, like, I don't even want to go to a fucking office anymore. I just want to do it from here at the house. You know what I mean? Everybody think, oh, yeah, it's great. You can do it in your underwear and this. I don't want to do that. I want to get up. I'm going to have to get dressed. I'm going to have to, write out my day of what I'm going to get done, what my agenda for the day is, and knock it out as I can as I go through the day. Because if not, I'm just going to fucking Oh, hold on. Let's just see what's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, what's new on Fandango? You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Um, so that yeah, that's been my challenge is trying to make sure that I stay on
But
task.
here's the thing: I mean, you said you're calling unemployment.
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to be doing everything online?
Okay. So here's the thing.
I'm not. No, I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm saying that as that's what I assume. Everything is done online now.
For the most part, it is. You could do both. You can call and you can do your check-ins or whatever the fuck they're called when you give them the hours that you worked or that you were doing jobs, looking for jobs. But you have to create an account online. So what happens is you file, and then they send you a letter telling you, okay, we've approved you. This is what you're going to get per week. This is how long you're going to get it for. This is what your weekly payment's going to be starting on blah blah blah. Okay. Same day you receive that, you also receive this thing called an EDDCAN number. Okay, which you need to go on and finish creating your account or to register. Now online, it says you'll get it in anywhere between 2 days to 10 days from from the time you start your claim. So I got it within a week, right? Cool. So I go in to log in and create my account. Well, everything that said the EDDCAN number was 9 digits. Well, the one I got was 10 digits.
And this is not your social security number.
No, this is different. You can use either one to log in. You can use your social
Okay.
or that number. But because that number is 10 digits, I can't put it in place of my social. It's too long. Because your social is 9 digits. But let me back up a step. So, nowhere on there does it say if you've ever in your life signed up for EDD, be sure to use the same email address you did the first time you applied. So again, remember I said, okay, well, since it's a new job search, I'm going to use this new email address. I thought, okay, that way everything's all in the same place. I'm going to use it for EDD. That way anything comes, it's all going to be in this one email address. I don't have anything to worry about. Easy for me to find. So, sure enough, I created it all from the beginning to when I got my EDD CAN number. I go in, I put in that information. Error information does not match. It is not the same. So I'm going round and round and round in my mind. Okay, so maybe it's the email address. Before I discovered that the number was 10 digits instead of 9. So then, if you click your profile, you can hit edit on your email address. I was going to go back to the original one to see if that was the problem. So then it kicks you to this other page on how to edit it. Well, in order to edit it, you need to know your first name, last name, your date of birth, the last time you received a payment, the date, and the amount. Bro, I haven't been on unemployment in like over 7 years, dog. I don't know. I don't remember the amount, right? So here I am, and it's like 10 o'clock at night because I'm still working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. All right, well, maybe if I called tomorrow morning, I'll call Bank of America and see if with my social they could pull up my account and they could pull up what my last deposit amount was. So I called, super nice lady. And she said, so what can I help you? I say, listen, I'm just trying to find out what my last deposit amount was because I need to make some changes on my EDD, but it won't tell me, it won't let me unless I know what my last payment amount was. I says, and that was like in, I don't know, 2017. It's been years. I have no idea. I said, okay, let's look. Ooh, yeah, it looks like our statements don't go back that far. I won't be able to give you that information. Fuck. All right. So I get off the phone with her. Next morning I get up and I call EDD. And again, if you're on unemployment, you've had to call for, bless your heart, having to go through all that shit. And I know, look, I'm not stupid. Okay? And I know that a lot of people that are listening are not stupid, but some of you are. Let's just call it what it is. And the way they word the shit on what button you should push is, holy shit, what? Hey, if you've been in the military and you have your blah 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 blah, you've been discharged from the military and you have your subsection AB28718895-231 paper, or if you've worked in California but not in another state, go ahead and push 1. But they say it so fast. So it's like, have you worked in the military and been in California? Well, I haven't been in the military, but I have been in California. Should I mark 1? Because that's not really what you said, but so I mark 1. And it's just, it's such a, like, there's nothing to, hey, listen, if you lived in California or were in the military and have your paperwork for unemployment, mark 1. Much easier, right? No, if you have and you blah, 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 and by the time you're like, what? It's like when you do your taxes. Hey, take section A and B, C, and subtract D, and that'll give you, what? You know what I'm saying? So, go through this whole rigmarole, and I got the lady on the phone, and she barely speaks English. Like, she got a thick accent. And I want to say she's Filipino, but like a really thick Filipino accent. Hello, thank you for calling EDD. What can I do for you? My name is Desiree. Huh?
Why you do it like that?
That's how they talk. I said, well, I said, I have a question. I said, I'm trying to, I was trying to do it online. So say, can you give me your date of birth, your phone numbers, your address, your email address? So go round and round with her, give her the information. Oh, it doesn't look like I will be able to help you. What I'm going to do for you, sir, if you can hold for me, I'm going to put you through to my technical support teams, and they will be able to answer your questions for me. All right, cool, thank you. I said, as long as they don't hang up on me. So she puts me on fucking, she transfers me. She transfers me, and it's quiet. And I'm like, she fucking hung up on me. She fucking hung up on me. So then a couple minutes later, the music for it comes back on, EDD technical support. Oh, cool. She didn't hang up on me, right on. So I'm calm. I'm still at that. All right, cool. I can make this work. I got to be cool. I got to make this work. So then, after a couple seconds, we're taking more than our local, or what is it? We seem to be having
due to high volume,
yes,
call volume.
Due to high call volumes, we're not able to assist you at this time. Please call back at a later time. After an hour, dude, it had to have been about an hour and 15 minutes. Because it took about 35 minutes for Desiree to get on, or whatever her name is, that was on the phone call at first. And then another 15 minutes for them to tell me, too many calls, you got to go. So I hung up. wasn't able to call back. I had to go to another appointment. So it's so like, it's so frustrating. Like none of them can help me. Like, so then you go on online, right? You're online, and it says, okay, well, if you want to contact us, if you need technical help. So I sent them an email. Very, very simple and explicit. I'm trying to log on to create my account, and it tells me that there's an error. My information does not match. Period. So I used a different email address than I did the last time I applied for unemployment. Could that be the problem? Period. Next line. Also, the website says that my EDD-CAN number should be 9 numbers. The letter I received from EDD, however, sent me a 10-digit number. Could this be the problem? Question mark. Thank you in advance for your help. Send. That's pretty straight out, right? Like,
Oh, it is, but you should know you ain't getting a response.
no. They sent me back in a response within like 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, you want to know what it said? Yes. Yes, what, motherfucker? There's like 4 questions on that shit. How do I help it? And then, so, oh my God. So then I go to send one back. It's a fucking no reply email. Now I got to go back in, find where I sent that in the first place. I'm going to send each question separate. Absolutely ridiculous. No help, Tony. No help whatsoever. I can get a truck. Do you need anybody? You need help doing pools? Last resort, dog. Last resort. But I'll be down if need be.
So, are you still feeling comfortable with it, with you losing your job?
Yeah, good.
Okay, that's what counts.
I just realized that tomorrow will be 2 weeks.
Damn.
So I'm comfortable in the fact that I've got something started with this company. But it's not a paycheck is the problem. So I'm still looking. I applied for a big job at Eisenhower. See if that comes through. I applied for a decent job with the county. See if that goes through. And tomorrow I'll start looking at plumbing companies. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll just keep looking. I mean, it is what it is, dude. Like if it goes longer than the severance, it goes longer than the severance. There's nothing I can do. Like, I'm not gonna take a job just to take a job at this point.
Do you know how long it takes for unemployment to kick in to start paying out?
2 weeks. I should have had a check. I should have one by next Friday.
You should have one?
Yes.
Oh, so you completed the work.
No, but I should have one by next Friday because they haven't even sent me the card yet, the debit card that the money comes on. But they're not going to send those out until today. So I should get the debit card tomorrow or Saturday, and hopefully it comes with money on it. And then I should be able to go on and, you know what I mean? If not, I'll just call and do it over the phone.
And do they recharge that card?
Every payday. Every 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
Man, I ain't never had to deal with this.
Dude, it is such a... If you've never done this, you know that saying when you're married and you're talking about, I'm not happy, I need to get a divorce, blah, blah, blah. And one of your friends that have been divorced before or whatever, been through it, tells you it's cheaper to keep her. This is it's easier to stay employed. And it's easier to, let me tell you something, dude. If you're a youngster and you're listening to this show, let me impart some wisdom on you. It's easier to find a job when you have one. Don't wait until you get fired, or don't wait until they push you out to go look for a job. If you see the writing on the wall, or you're not happy, or you need to go find another gig while you have one. Because if not, you're gonna find yourself starting to worry and scurry for a job, and you're gonna end up taking a job that you're really not happy with just to fill that void, and that's not gonna put you in a good place.
Is that where you're at now? Do you wish you would have been looking for a job already
Um,
before you even knew this was going to happen to you?
yeah, kind of. I should have been much more. So what I'm looking for. Involved already in the.
But you didn't know this was going to happen to you.
No, but I wasn't happy, so I should have been looking for it. My problem was is that complacency was easier. You know what I mean? Like, and me and Manny were talking about it the other day. It's like, as much as we saw the writing on the wall, the fucking job was easy, and you made enough money that it's like, all right, cool. I'll keep doing it. Go in, work 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. Should I get 2 days off during the week? You know what I mean? I'm making enough money. I sit here, take payments, and give checks all day long. I mean, it's easy.
So since you've been off for 2 weeks, other than the Vegas trip, anything special happen? Anything worth noting? I mean, that's like a 2-week vacation, kid.
It is. It's pushing me to get my health right. Because I know that if I'm not doing the right things, kind of like I was doing by not putting together a list, or not getting up and getting out of bed at a normal hour, like at 7 o'clock, getting ready for the day, my day was just gone. That I had to force myself into, a daily life.
So you've been doing that for 2 weeks?
No, I'm about 2 days.
So the first week was a real vacation.
Yeah, first day was real nice.
First week?
First week was real nice, yeah. Because that was the build up to going to, well, shit, actually, that first weekend in Vegas was the first weekend. So I was kicking this job, getting fired off right. Shit, we're going to Vegas. Shit, we cool. And then, coming back, and I think kind of what happened was the universe, I'm doing what the universe told me, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of put my backpack down and thought, all right, I'm cool. But the thing is that this is one of those things where you gotta have your license to make money. So that's gonna take a minute to study for it and be prepared. And then it's gonna take a minute for you to actually get a client. You could take 3 visits before they sign. You know what I mean? So it could take money. It's gonna take about 9 months. 9 months to about 2 years to actually build a clientele enough to where I don't have to worry about money, to where I know funds will be coming in.
2 years?
It could, yeah.
So you could not receive a check for 2 years?
No. I'm saying it's to where I wouldn't have to worry about it. It's gonna take 2 years to build up a clientele. So, like I could hit somebody once every month and have to make that money stretch for the month, or do that and have a side hustle, or that's going to be my side hustle and have a normal job. So there's a couple other things, like there's this website called ACX where I can go on and voice over stuff. Like I could do audiobooks.
Oh, wow.
And I always wanted to do like those sex books. If I'm gonna do audiobooks, that's what I want to do. She leaned in as his loins were quivering, and
the sex books that I'm gonna assume women are the ones reading these books. It's coming from a woman's perspective.
No, but it doesn't matter. She could be read to her by a dude.
I think she'd appreciate more of it's coming from.
I think you're tripping. I think because they're gonna be reading the book, thinking about the dude that's in there. They're not gonna know it's some fat dude in Palm Springs reading it into you know what I mean? They're gonna think, oh, that's that dude on that fucking cover. It's exactly what I thought he'd sound like.
No, because other than the phrases in quotes, it's got to be a female narrative because it's like a female talking to herself, putting herself in the story.
Nah, you're tripping. You're tripping, and you could do
Okay,
voice.
so
and you could do voices when you do them too.
So what you're saying is you're gonna be reading 50 Shades of Grey,
Yeah.
and he took off his trousers.
I saw him rip off his trousers and his strong, hard, throbbing manhood. Wow, that does sound wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, well, maybe a different kind of book.
I actually heard a thing today that, in regards to, they were talking about pornography, and they were pretty much saying, women, not enjoy, but take part in it just as much as men do. However, we're more visual. Like we watch the movies, stuff like that. But they're more literal. They like reading the romance books,
Right.
But it's the same shit. And it's the people who were talking about, they're like, well, how could it be the same when you're reading a book with like Fabio on the cover, and it's like supposed to be romantic and this and that, and they're like, that all changed when 50 Shades of Grey came out, because then all the women read that book,
Right.
So that's their pornography. Where us, we just need 30 seconds of somebody on film, and we're
Right.
good.
And they've proven you don't even got to see the money shot. They just got to make noises like it happened, because then they blink out with the song, wah, 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 and you're in the next scene. Or so I was told. I don't know. I've never watched it, but I was told that's the way it happens. So I mean, there's plenty of ways where I could make extra cash while I'm doing that, and I just my thing is that I'm 52, but like I don't feel like I need to fucking hustle anymore. Like fuck, like it feels like I'm always fucking hustling.
Well, I mean,
I'm a hustler, baby.
unfortunately, that's kind of what I was not getting at, but inquiring about. Is like, unfortunately, you are starting at the bottom again. So when you're saying you want the CEO position, I'm like, damn, you don't want to like start off at the bottom and kind of work your way up. I'm not saying you're not entitled to, especially with your experience, but you're starting from the ground up.
Yeah, it's the same way. I mean, business is business. If you go in, you should be able to look at a business. You should be able to look at a P&L and figure out where the business is going wrong or what changes you can make to impact the business right away. And the one thing that you do when you go into a new business is you don't make any changes for 30 days. You go in, you see who the players are, you see who's important, you see who's not, and then you start building your plan in those 30 days as to who you're going to get rid of, who you're bringing on, and then you start chopping heads.
And that's why you deserve that position, because you said that shit mad quick right now, because you knew it.
Yeah.
Mad quick, kid.
Hell yeah. I got that shit. I know, dog. You know what I mean? That's
hit that 30-second rewind button like twice and listen to how fast he said he's blurting that shit out.
You learn some things along the way, bro, and there's certain things that and that's the hard part of it, and explaining to somebody that like fresh out of college. Oh, well, he doesn't even have college. Nah, but I got mad experience, bro. Everything you learned, I know how to make it work. You're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? They've taught you concepts and they've taught you ideas, but you don't know how to make those ideas work or when to play them or how each personality plays into that. You're a fucking puppeteer. One of the guys I used to work with, he used to call me the puppet master. He said, bro, he says, you're fucking masterful the way you walk around and you fucking each person you play them a certain way to get what you need out of them. Well, not everybody's the same. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to present things to each personality the way they need it presented to them for you to get what you need out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Look at you.
It's all being a pimp, homie. You know, it's fucking funny, dude, but I say this shit all the time. My sister laughs at me. She's like, "You're stupid." But in that movie Hustle and Flow,
Okay.
you remember that movie?
Yes.
Do you remember the scene where he's in the bar, right? And he's talking with Slim, which is Ludacris. And Luda's not paying any attention to him. And he feels it like, fuck, my opportunity's fucking slipping away. This motherfucker ain't hearing me right now. Right? So he's sitting there and he starts shaking. And he's sitting there and it fucking hits him, bro. And he lights a cigarette and leans back and slams his hand on the table and says something to Slim loud. And all of a sudden, he captures their attention and it's over. He's got them. It's like I feel like, as stupid as it sounds, I feel like that sometimes. Like I've been in interviews where I'm like, fuck, they're not hearing me. They're not feeling me. Like they're not understanding what I'm saying or how I'm, whatever it is. So I'll take I'll lean back and I'll think about what I'm saying or think about what they're asking me, and like, cause I pay attention when when I'm in an interview, the way they shift their body, are they leaning forward to listen to me? Do they like what they're hearing? Are they leaning back? How quick are they making notes? Are they making notes off to the side underneath to what I'm saying? Like all these different things mean things. You know what I mean? And you got to kind of know what they are when you're in the midst of it, because if you can't read somebody's body dialogue, you're going to be lost in the world. You have to be able to do that because their body language will tell you much more than what's coming out of their face. And so I watch all that kind of shit. And so it's really interesting to be able to shift gears when they move a certain way, and then they readjust themselves back to where you want them to be, and then you're like, all right, cool, now we're back on track, and continue forward. It's something that's learned, but if you need to learn it in life, because that'll take you anywhere. You could be in any group of people, and if you know how to read people like that, you'll be able to.
It kind of reminds me of it. I mean, it might not be in the same way that you're explaining it, but when I bought my Nissan Titan,
Okay.
I went to the dealership. I wanted to pay X amount. I had cash. Well, I actually had a cashier's check for a majority of it because I wanted this truck.
Okay.
Walked in, took it for a test drive, the whole nine. I had a buddy of mine that Adrian, who used to be car salesman. He wasn't with me, but he plays into the story. So we sat down, started talking, going over the numbers. And, they got you there for so long that
Right.
they beat you down. They beating you into submission. So initially, your chest is out, your shoulders are back. And with time, they're just killing you. You're starting to slouch. You're just ready to give up and say, yes, I'll just that sounds good.
Just
yes.
get me out of here.
Yeah. So we're down, like, let's say, I don't know, 1,000 or two off or $500, whatever it was. And I was just this close to saying yes. And you could see their mouths watering. I said, let me just call my buddy real quick. And I called him up. I said, hey, man, this is what's going on, da-da-da. He was like, nah, bro, fuck that. They'll sell it to you at your price. You already got them this far down. They're not going to let you walk out, especially after this much time. You just got to stick to your guns, man. He gave me that little pep talk.
Right.
And then I got off the phone with him. And, dude, my body language must have just changed. Maybe my chest got stuck out again. My shoulders went back again. And I was just like, yeah, no. I'm not paying that. This is what I want. And, bro, they were just like, okay.
Yeah,
They just saw it. They just saw it. It was like, yeah.
And it's great to be able to have somebody that you can call that can give you that kind of pep talk over the phone and change the narrative of your story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to do when you're doing it for yourself in the midst of it, because I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were like, nah, fuck that. Fuck this dude. I want to go home. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Like, So yeah, it's exactly like that. It's being able to, in the midst of that, being able to shift gears and get what you need out
And
of
they
that
read
person.
the body language too. They
Yep.
knew it.
Yep.
Cause I was ready. I was like, at that point, I was like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah. I'm
They're
just
like, okay.
this isn't working for me. Yeah. Yeah. You just got to be able to. You just got to be able to walk away from it. Um. So yeah, I'm just kind of and it's again it's weird because everything is done online.
So how are you feeling though? As far as yeah, I can handle this. Is good. I'm gonna get my. I'm confident I'm gonna get something soon. Or is it like fuck, man? I'm at a loss right now. I don't know what this world's come to.
I think if I can get to the third paycheck without a job, I'm fucked. Then I'll start to really panic.
Third paycheck.
Yeah, the third because I get six.
Oh, you severance.
Yeah, I get six severance payments.
Okay.
So if I get to the third one and I don't have a job, that's gonna change my world a little bit.
Okay.
Because then it's gonna be like, okay, you need to start looking at in and out. You know what I mean? Like, um, because then you're in survival mode. Then it's like, well, fuck it, take this. And that way you have a job, you have income coming in. In the meantime, you still look for something else. So I'm just kind of I don't want to do that. Like I don't. Again, I'm 52. I don't want to fucking get a job. I don't want to hold. I don't want a placeholder. You know what I mean? Give me a home. Give me a job that I could drive to every day for the next 13 years, 14, 15 years, so that I can retire and be done.
Okay, but with what you've done thus far, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your confidence level? As I'm gonna tackle this. This is gonna happen for me. Because you kind of see what you have to do now to get a job.
I'm at a 4 out of 10. I think
Damn.
a 4 out of 10, which I know that's not really high.
I was gonna say like 8.
Really?
I mean, just because it's so soon. I mean, last week you were probably at a 10. I'm gonna kill this.
Right. Well, yeah, because yeah, but the thing is that so I don't know how well you're versed at how this new system works. So let's say you were looking for somebody to come work for you,
Okay.
and you call up Indeed, looking for a pool guy. These are the hours. This is what we do. Be this side of the valley. Blah 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 blah. All right, cool. We'll get you some applications right away. So then they've got this pool guy algorithm, right? So, okay. So the guy's got to say this. The application has to have this. The experience, is there any kind of experience that the person has to have?
Keywords.
Keywords. And if those keywords aren't in your resume, the resume gets kicked out. So in order to have an optimal chance at each position, you have to go in and almost create a new resume for each position so that it has those keywords and elements of what they're looking for in your resume.
So are you reading the description for the job and then catering a resume to it and then submitting it?
I try to, yeah.
Okay.
But that takes so much time
I can imagine.
and so much effort to do that. And then the problem is you end up with 30 different fucking resumes. Because you're okay, well then like right now I have one for sales, I have one for like technical shit, I have one for management, I have one for this, I have one for that. Like I have all these different ones to cater to each one, to each position. And then so trying to keep track of all those and make sure you send the right one with the right application, it becomes a lot.
Now, when you submit an application for a particular job opportunity, do you are you like signed in under an account and then it tells you all the ones you've already done and then it shows you all the new ones that are popping up so you don't reapply to one you already did?
No, but how funny would that be to send like 3 different resumes with different shits and different words
I mean,
to
so
a
how
job?
do you know if you didn't apply to this one last week?
You kind of, I
Do
mean,
you?
yeah, you just kind of mentally kind of know, like you just got to kind of go through it. Or you'd be like, fuck, that sounds familiar. And then you got to go back to your emails from when Indeed to say, okay, yeah, you applied here, you applied there, you applied here. And then like I have one right now where it's like, it's for a company for an operations manager. And now it's asking me to go on and take a test. And I'm like, again, like, you know, you got to, like, the problem is that it's not just applying. And yet now, okay, now you got to prove yourself before you take the job, or before they even consider you to take the job. So you want me to go take this test, and I might not even get hired. You want me to go, like, it's like, do I really want to go work for you? Like, if you don't trust me enough already.
So let me ask you another question. You know how you asked me if I've ever applied for a job, and I said no. I've always asked somebody, got to hook up somewhere.
Right?
Have you gone that route? Have you talked to people you know that have, let's say, office white collar jobs, and say, hey man, you guys hiring? And you put in a good word for me. Well, who could I talk to? What kind of work do you do? Is something I can do?
Actually, Rob's wife was the one that talked to me about applying at Eisenhower.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. She's like, dude, there's a ton of jobs on there. Go on and look, and they're like what you're looking for, like high paying office
Okay.
jobs. That it's like, all right, cool. So I did. I think I applied for 1 or 2 positions there at Eisenhower, and I could still go on. I think I was only like on page 3, and I was like, oh shit, okay,
Damn.
I could do that. Oh, okay, I could do that.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really a matter of taking what you've done in the past and showing how what you've done before applies to the new job. Does that make sense? Because not every, like, there's times where you do stuff where you've done jobs that doesn't translate, and they can't say, well, how does that translate to this job? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like when I did radio, it took me a long time. Like people were like, oh yeah, great, you did fucking radio, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, I had 3.5 minutes to make decisions, take a phone call, edit it. Like it was super fast paced environment, and then I had to make calls on how to move music around to make sure that the commercials played at the right time. Because if not, the company can get sued for not playing the commercials per the contract. Like you have to stay on point with all that shit, and so you have to be able to explain blah 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 blah. And you'd be out in the community doing community service or doing go reading books for kids, or you'd be at some sort of event and you're meeting people in all different walks of life, and so you got to be intermingled with the community. It's not just going in, talking on a mic, having fun, and go home. You know what I mean? So it's really kind of just, okay, so how do I explain what I did in the past to let them know how that translates? Just like doing when I worked at Aaron's, yes, I did, I'd get 1 sheet of paper. And off of that sheet of paper, I had to decide your credit worthiness. We didn't pool your credit. I had to look at that 1 piece of paper and decide, okay, if I needed to, can I find this person with this paper that I have, this information? If I needed to, can I get this person to pay off of what I have? Would this person be able to pay based off of this paper? You know what I'm saying? And so you kind of learn how to look for certain things, and I mean the one of the funniest was, oh, that's my play cousin. You're what? Because you have to put the relationship to that. Oh, it's my play cousin. What do you mean that's your play cousin? Well, she not my cousin. She not my blood cousin. She my play cousin. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Woo. And it's just, it's constantly, it's a constant learning environment, bro.
So, for example, the hospital work. None of those jobs were on these Indeed platforms.
Eisenhower was not. That was on its own.
Okay. So now, not only do you do the Indeeds, but you have to look at each. You have to look at different companies, if you will.
Yes.
Damn.
So I did. I did Eisenhower. I've done Armtech. That's that bullet making company down in India or in Coachella. I mean.
Oh shit! I didn't even know there was a bullet making company.
Yeah, dude. They maybe make missiles and shit for the government.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a big company out there, dude. Well, then you have Ernie Ball. You know who that is?
Yes.
So he makes guitar strings. He's got a factory out here, and they have a packing and a factory.
Okay, so let's say Ernie Ball. Did you go on their website to see?
I have not. No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's. I mean, back in the day, we'd have to. I mean, not me because I didn't do it.
Right.
Go to all these different places in person.
Yeah.
So, like, you might just go to a city's website and say top 10 companies in this city or something like that.
Yeah. Or
Maybe.
you'd call me. Hey, you know anybody that's hiring? Oh yeah, I saw fucking. Remember National Lumber's hiring? Remember when National Lumber was there, where across the street from where Target's at, where your pizza place is at? What's that pizza place right there?
Upper Crust?
Upper Crust. It was that big, and it was 84 Lumber back in the day.
I remember. I know of an 84 Lumber in Indio.
Okay,
not
so
in Cat City.
So there used to be. What was the one that I said before that?
National Lumber.
Yeah, National Lumber was right there.
So, spitballing. I mean, you could apply at the airport for some type of a job, not with the particular airline, but just the airport in general. Man, that's tough work, kid. I couldn't do it.
But again, like
I couldn't find a job. I'd have to ask my old lady to hook me up at the post office.
right? Fuck. I was gonna ask you because there's ones that say that they're looking for people out here at the post office here, and that they were starting like at $52 an hour at the post office. That don't sound right to me. Like in the 30s, maybe upper 28s to start, but.
I mean, I think if you're what they call a rule driver, they might start it up that high because you're using your own car. Like you delivering out in Sky Valley and stuff. They don't give you a post office truck. You just, I think Luis did that.
Oh,
he
really?
was a rural carrier. He used to deliver mail out of his own car.
Oh shit!
So like they pay you more because you're not using a company vehicle.
Right. Okay.
So it is possible.
Okay. That would make sense. I don't know if my Camry would make it out in Sky Valley. I have to fucking spend that extra money on a new car.
Oh no, you guys have a post office here, so yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys got some fucked up streets out here too.
Yeah, ain't too bad, but yeah. Well, especially further down that way where the wash, when it rains, it really affects the streets. It's ugly. But
damn, man, that's a lot of work, kid.
it's a whole new world, dog.
It is.
Now, now, if you were a kid and looking for a job, it'd be a little bit less
stressful because you're living at home.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's like not like, but it's kind of when we were getting out of COVID, my daughter was living with us because of COVID hit, and then she did one of them Indeed things. I think it was Indeed. I don't know. And one day she just said, "I got a job."
Wow.
We're like, "Oh no shit!" Yeah, it was in L.A. I was like, "Damn, like that?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm out." I was like, "Damn." But okay, shit. That's how things are done these days.
I'm telling you, dude, it's crazy. I had another lady from from the company from PSI that called me today. She said, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah, blah. I was just calling to check in on everybody that had been through the class, and I told her that I was looking for a job. She said, "Well, where do you live in? You still in Southern California?" Yeah. So you ready to get out of there? I was like, "Well, shit. What do you got going on? What do you need me for? You know what I mean?" Oh no, I was just one. Ah, shit. Because I know that they had actually, the main lady had offered me a sales position in the office, like a sales manager position in the office. I was like, fuck, dude, like, I don't want to move to Arizona. I just bought a house. Like, I can't FaceTime Tony to do a fucking podcast. It'd be crazy. So, it's just, you know what I mean?
If the money was right, would you move?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But it would have to be, like, really right. Like, hundreds of thousands. Like, it couldn't just be, like, you know what I mean? Oh, we're going 80. No, I'm cool. I'll wait. But if they call and say, hey, we'll give you, $250,000 a year.
Oh well, damn.
But hey, Tony. Nah. Let me go buy you a laptop, dog. We're gonna be doing this shit fucking via Skype, fool. But yeah, I don't, I don't know what's coming. I don't know. Jobs everywhere, applying for everything. But you're right. The problem is, you have Indeed, you have all these different ones. I had somebody from Career Builder. Something came. I didn't even know Career Builder was still around.
I don't even know what Career Builder is.
Even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, dude, really? So it's just, I mean, there's so many opportunities out there, but it's
Do they still have the I don't know if it would be considered day labor. There used to be an office out here in Thousand Palms. If you wanted temporary workers,
Oh yeah.
we used to, when I worked at the rental car, during the season we needed people to work because we were just so busy, but we couldn't keep them year round. So we would hire from the temporary, spot. We paid the temporary spot. They paid the worker.
Employee, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then some people, they were so good that we say, hey, if you quit the temporary, you can come and work with us. But they'd have to wait a little while before they can come and work for us because they signed some sort of contract, non-compete type deal. And we'd wait for them.
Just to let you know, a non-compete is null and void in California. They can't hold you to it because it's a right-to-work state. They can't keep you from getting a job at anywhere, whether or not you sign a non-compete. They're null and void in California.
It might not have been a non-compete. It was just something along those lines that
that's usually what it is because they're trying to hold on to trade secrets. So they make you sign a non-compete saying, oh, well, you're not going to go with our trade secrets and go work for the competition. But they can't. It's California. They can't keep you from working. They can't keep you from taking that job.
You know how we stayed at the Jockey Club?
Yeah.
In Vegas? That's Luis's timeshare.
Oh, that's where he has his timeshare at?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his timeshare. That's why we went over there. And he was telling us, I didn't know this, that they could have, if they really wanted to, gotten out of that timeshare because they signed the contract drunk.
Oh, wow.
Him and his wife. So they were like, that's illegal. They can't do that. So that just reminded me of that. Because when we went to Puerto Vallarta, was it Puerto Vallarta for our graduation trip?
Right.
One day we were all walking around like the downtown area, and somebody had approached us. I don't know if you remember this.
I don't.
Somebody had approached us about coming. They were going to give us free alcohol bottles and a free lunch or something like that.
I'm in. Where do you
to
go?
come to this meet. Well, I don't know if they told the whole group or if they just singled out Hilda and I because we were like a couple.
Okay.
And what it was is they were selling timeshares. So, dude, we were 18 years old and very impressionable. Could you imagine had I signed a timeshare when I was 18 years old in Mexico?
She'd be killing it right now. Could you imagine?
I would have lost that. I would have been sued.
Could you imagine how much that shit would be worth right now if you signed when you were in high school and still had a timeshare in Mexico?
What do you mean? Would it be worth? I'd
Like
still
how
be
much you
paying.
would have paid for it?
I would have. Yeah, I would, dude. There's no way I would have been able to pay for that.
How do timeshares work, anyways? Like, what's the like? I get like you pay a certain amount.
You pay an annual fee. I think. I never had one,
Okay.
but from what I understand, you pay a annual fee, and then you pay if you want to stay at your spot. You got to pick your dates. You got to block it out, and you pay like a very very low rate for it.
And you only get to stay like a certain amount of time during.
Yeah,
the
you
year,
only
right?
get so many weeks a year.
So it's not really. So it's like a prepaid hotel.
I
In some
think
regard.
so, but I also think that some of them are. They might have different spots in different locations. So you might sign up with a company, but they have like places all over the world. for
And
example.
you could trade, right?
Yeah, you could like this. If I get 4 weeks out of a year, I want 2 weeks in Mexico and 2 weeks in Nevada
Okay.
type deal. I could be wrong on all that, but that's how I think it goes.
I wonder. I wonder what the one in Mexico is. At the Yoki Club? Yoki? El Club Yoki. That's funny. Yeah, dude. That fuck. There's so many shams out there, dude. Like
There is.
I've never heard like a solid story of a.
And from what I understand, dude, those things are for life, kid. You signing those things for life.
Really?
From what I understand, that's how it is. And in order to get out of it, you got to sell it to somebody. So in other words, they're taking over the
payments.
payments. Or not even sell it. You just give it to somebody. Look, sign it. Hey, it's yours. You pay X amount a year and you can stay at these places.
So when you have a timeshare, who's responsible for the upkeep?
Well, there's so many people that are, that do it. It's like a hotel in a sense. It is a hotel, I think. I mean, I think regular people could just rent a room as well. But you just have priority if you wanted to book, block some days out.
Because they have that, and then so like, if it's a hotel, so you have your timeshare, so that would be just like a portion of the hotel, because they do them at resorts too, right? So like you could have like there could be like villas like out on the beach that are timeshares, right?
No, I don't think it's like that. I don't think there's like rooms specifically for timeshares. It's just that I want to come down for 2 weeks. They're like, okay, we'll book you a room, just like a hotel. It's almost like your AAA card. I'm gonna use this discount to book this room. Okay, we accept that.
AAA. Is that even still around?
Hell, I got AAA on everything:
Really?
house, car, homeowners insurance. If I get broke down, what is that?
Roadside assistance?
Roadside assistance. What else? AAA's the shit, kid.
All right.
You ain't got roadside assistance?
Yeah, I got it through.
Oh.
I got it through the car company, through Toyota, but I also have it through my insurance company. My insurance company is shit though.
Who is it?
Safeco.
Safeco. How much you pay a month?
A lot. But I say a lot, but it's my house, my car, and Milo's car. And Milo got a ticket last year and didn't fucking go to school to have it taken off. So he's got a ticket. I pay, I think, almost $400 a month.
For what? For all those things?
Mm-hmm.
That's $48,000 a year. $4,800?
Yeah, $4,800.
$4,800 a year for homeowners insurance and 2 cars.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly the cars. The house insurance isn't that expensive.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Why? What do you pay?
I'm gonna see if I can find out right now.
He about to call his insurance right now. You know what they're gonna fucking tell you? And get you to be like Liberty Bibberty, bitch. Liberty Bibberty. That's why.
Hold on. God damn it. Oh.
Not to mention your house is probably the value and all that shit, and the rebuild value is probably more than what mine would be. Although mine is 3 times the value.
No, okay. My homeowner's insurance is about $2,000 a year,
Okay.
and I think I pay about $2,000 for my vehicles. So I pay about $4,000 too. But I got I got 4 vehicles. So we're about even, but I got 2 more cars than you. Not bad.
Now, if I got a, like, I want to get a Pathfinder, like a 98, 99 Pathfinder. If I get that, or Forerunner, if I get that, then I put Milo as the driver on that, and it'll drop my insurance again.
Well, why do you want to get a Forerunner?
You gotta have a 4x4, dog. We live in the desert. What if I want to go out and go camp in the desert one night? Gotta be able to go. Can't take my Camry out in the middle of the desert.
You
Can't just
ain't
be-
camping in no middle of no desert, kid.
I can't be driving down the road and just take a left.
You are not camping. Please.
You tripping.
You're tripping.
What makes you think I won't camp?
When's the last time you went camping?
Planned or unplanned? I think the kids were. Well, we were still living up north, so
Okay,
it had to have
thank
been
you.
over 6 years ago.
Thank you. Exactly.
6, 8,
Hey, no need to
10
go
years
further.
ago, probably.
You just validated my statement.
That's all right. I'll
you
go.
ain't camping.
Shoot. Live right out of the back of my Pathfinder. Sit on a tailgate, whittling the stick, looking at the sun go down.
You ain't camping.
Meet out in, what'd you say, Kevin?
You ain't camping.
Oh. I'll be, do that shit out in Morongo, dog. Waiting for Amber Heard to walk by. Hey.
Oh, dog. I wasted my time
Why?
and watched Aquaman.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
That bad, huh?
Worse.
I'm glad I didn't do it.
Oh,
I almost paid to watch it.
you would, too.
That bad, huh?
Oh, it was worse. I think I even fell asleep during. I did fall asleep during some of it.
Really?
It was horrible, kid. Oh my goodness.
Was the action not enough?
And the storyline was whack.
Really?
It was just bad all the way around.
And she wasn't in it very much, huh?
Not very much at all. I was surprised she was in it as much as she was, and like I said, it wasn't much.
Really?
It was not much.
Interesting. Very, very interesting, my friend.
Friday was we went to El Luchador, the brewery in Cathedral City.
There's a brewery called the Luchador?
Yeah,
Okay.
over there by IMAX Theater, by City Hall.
By the Mary Buford, whatever
yeah,
the fuck it's called.
yeah.
Bedford?
We went there because it was my niece Jackie's birthday, her 40th.
Okay.
And initially, they weren't going to do anything. But then her baby daddy started feeling the heat.
Oh, shit.
Because she was like, "You're really not going to do anything for me for my 40th?" Yeah, he started really feeling the heat. So he put it together last minute. And it worked out really well because that place is really not that bad. It's for hanging out.
Right.
Our buddy Ivan said it was whack because he didn't appreciate having to bust his own table and stuff.
Well, he probably looked like he worked there when he walked in, big, probably wearing a mask. He probably looked like a luchador.
But it's just like Panera Bread.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in a sense that you eat and then you take your plate, you take it to the trash, you throw the trash out, you put your silverware here, you put your bowl there, and you roll. I mean, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't either. What's this big deal?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was expecting
Mr. Fancy.
but it was a nice spot, kid. It's we went, we ate. She was surprised. She started crying when she saw everybody, which surprised me. But it was it's actually like a good hangout spot.
Really?
To be honest with you.
And how's the beer? Because you said it's a brewery.
Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur of beers.
I'm not either, because whenever they tell you, oh, yeah, we make our own beer, it just means everything tastes like an armpit, bro.
I'll be honest with you. I walked up when I got a beer. I just said, they have their chalkboard.
Right.
Where they write, they make a square and they write what beers they have in each square.
Right.
Big square. And then they kind of say what it is, the percentage of alcohol. And I just said, I whispered, I said, look, man, just give me whatever's closest to a Michelob Ultra. And he was like, yeah, I got you. He probably hears that shit all the time.
I went to this place in Palm Desert on El Paseo called Mole. Bro.
Time out. El Paseo.
Yeah.
Talk about fancy.
This place, like, there's very few times in your life, and I'm going to say this because I've been to a lot of fucking Mexican places, and there's only been one place before this where you walk into a fancy Mexican place and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm underdressed. And I walked into this fucking Mexican place, and I got to tell you, it was so nice in that place, bro. Beautiful, nice ambiance. The stuff on the wall. The walls were painted like a Mexican place should be. Very multicolored, right? But the art on the wall was super unique. Very lends itself to the time. Bar set up super nice. Now the place was obviously I said it was Mexican food, but it's a very uppity, upscale Mexican place, and I think that it was more, which is going to contradict what I just said, but it was more like Yucatan, Mexico. Like it was more, because what I ordered, what they brought out like a plantain chip on it, that's very southern states. And so, anyways, but bro, I mean, we ordered a thing of guacamole, and it was not just regular guacamole, like they had cranberries in it. Not cranberries, pomegranate, like the little seeds.
Right.
It had that in it. Fucking the chips that they made, bro, were like the little round tortillas, and they cooked just a little tortilla like that, and it had salt and almost looked like tahini, but I think it was more smoked paprika because it wasn't hot at all. It didn't have any kind of tang to it. My God, dude, that food was so fucking good. And then we had ordered a cornbread, a jalapeno cornbread.
Ooh.
And the jalapeno cornbread had some sort of honey garlic butter on top. And when they tell you that they're gonna bring it out with butter on top, like it was like, I don't know, like half an inch thick, and it was on top of the, like from side to side on the cornbread. That
like
shit
a frosting?
yeah, that shit was delicious, dude. And then so I got chicken enchiladas in their mole sauce. Now understand, when it comes to mole, I'm very, very, very particular. I don't like my food, my dinner, I don't like it sweet. And most of the mole is made that's dark, like, because it was really dark. That's dark like that is made with that abuelas, or that dark chocolate,
right?
And it makes it sweet. But a little further south, mid-state to south, they also cook it with peanuts or peanut butter, and that takes away the sweetness, and it levels it out, right? And bro, That shit was so good. And it was just 2 chicken enchiladas, beans and rice, and that shit was so good, bro. We couldn't stop eating like from every direction, like whether it was the cornbread or whether it was the waka. I was like, God damn, that shit is good, dude. So which was really surprised me because usually when it's an uppity Mexican place, especially something on El Paseo, I expected the food to be bland. Only because, rich white people go in there, they're gonna want fucking cauliflower tortillas and
Right.
no salt and gluten free and blah 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 blah. And they have a vegan plate too, so but there was no salt and pepper shakers on the table. Like it didn't need it, they had it on point, dude. You should go check it. Like if you're gonna like a night where you're gonna take your old lady out, take her to. It's called Mole. It's nice, dude. It's really really good, and the ambiance is really really nice.
What was that? You go for Valentine's Day?
No,
You just went because?
yeah.
Damn.
Well, my sister had called me, and she was like, "What are you doing? Nothing." She said, "Hey, I'm taking a break from work. I'm hungry. Let's go have lunch." Cool. Said, "All right, I'll be there to pick you up in 15 minutes." Cool. So I got dressed and I met her outside. And all right, so we can go to this place or we can go to that one. And I was like, "Fuck, a Mexican place on El Paseo?" She's like, "Yeah, but there's one on the other end, and I've been to that one, and that one's really good." Okay, well, let's go to that one because that one sounds like it's gonna be a little more my speed than the one on El Paseo. So we went to that one first, and we were there like an hour and a half early. They still were. They were serving like just happy hour at the bar. They weren't serving food till 3. And my sister was like, "Fuck that! I want to eat, dude. Let's go back to Mole." All right, so we went to Mole, and I was like, when we walked in, I was like, "All right, this will be a good choice." We said that shit was fucking banging, bro. I'm telling you. I think you'd like it. It's your picky ass.
I took my old lady out of town for Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, we went out of town to eat.
Where'd you take her?
Yucca Valley. Why you look at
Where-
me like that?
Where the fuck you take your old lady in Yucca Valley? 2 Stump Barbecue?
Steak and Shake. What?
What is the steak and shake a salt and pepper shaker or like a milkshake?
Milkshake.
Okay.
Like
Is that the one that's got that wagon
Shake
wheel
Shack?
out in front?
No. No, it's like a franchise, I think, because I've heard of them before.
All right.
When we went to Vegas and we stopped at the RB's, as we were pulling out and we started to drive a little down, 62, I saw it and I was like, "Holy shit!" Steak and Shake. I've always wanted to try one because a hamburger and a shake, you can't go wrong.
Right.
So when we were talking about what we wanted to do for Valentine's Day, we're cool with celebrating it on another day because all the newlyweds and the young in love got to go out to dinner and make wait times for everybody else.
Right.
Forget all that.
So maybe going to Yucca Valley where between the dude and the chick they had like 3 teeth. Or maybe that was a smart move.
So we were gonna, we were gonna go somewhere. We were just gonna go early. I mean, we get off of work early, beat the rush.
Right.
So my old lady's been hankering for a nice burger. Like not a nice burger, like at a restaurant type deal.
Right.
So I was like, "Yo, you want to try and hit that steak and shake up in Yucca? Worth, take a little drive, you and me, cruise in." She's like, "Yeah."
Listening to the B-sides of all my favorite albums.
So we decided to do it. And first of all, dog, it's cold up there.
Yeah.
We got there. We pulled up around probably 6. We probably left down here about 5:20, 5:30. Took us about half an hour to get there.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Bro, got out of the car. It was dark. It was light when we left, but it was dark by the time we got there. Bro, it was cold.
Let me ask you a question. I'm trying to think. Where's it at? Where's Steak and Shake at?
There's a Walmart up there with a Home Depot right next to it.
Okay.
It's in front of that Walmart.
Okay.
Actually, it's in front of the Home Depot.
So, there's an Applebee's and shit right there, right?
Yeah, we passed the Applebee's.
Okay. So, when you walked in, did the music turn off? Everybody turn around and look at you?
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Why do you say that?
Well, because that's, that's foreign country, homie.
And when you say foreign, what kind of people are you talking about?
White people.
Okay, there was a heck gang of white people. The one thing I noticed was cowboy boots, white people. And I was like, wow, it really is a different world up there. But when we got there was like only two people in the restaurant. One guy by himself and one older guy by himself, and then older couple. Obviously, they were both white. The dude by himself, cowboy hat, looking at mugging me with his cowboy boots.
They look like Sam Elliott?
Pretty close, yeah. You hit it right. You hit the nail on the head. And then throughout, like, customers were coming in and out. A majority of them, were white.
Yeah.
I did notice that. All the workers were white. And the weird thing is, nobody's working the counter. It's all kiosks.
Really?
Yeah, there was like 5 total, let's say. 4 of them were credit only. 1 was cash and credit.
So they're way ahead of the game.
Dog. Nobody can. I mean, you can complain to somebody, of course, but nobody's taking your order. Everything's done on the big screen.
So if it came out wrong, you probably fucked it up.
Yes.
Interesting.
For example, my old lady ordered extra pickles on her burger. Dog, they came with some pickles on that mug.
Really?
To where she took some of them off.
Damn.
The burgers were pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. The only thing I didn't like about them were the buns and the meat were a little too soft for me. I would like a little bit more bite to it. But they were good.
Okay.
They were real good. Onion rings and fries. They had Kool-Aid. Not Kool-Aid, I'm sorry. High C fruit punch.
Right.
But
Big
still,
difference.
it's red.
Big difference, bro.
Yeah, it's red, though, so I'm good. Now, here's the other weird part. When the food came out, what you're referring to, the woman that brought it out to us, you can tell she has some miles on her, you know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
But the one thing I noticed, and I generally felt bad, because I don't know why, but I could only imagine why. Yo, she was rocking tennis shoes, black shoes, that were probably a good 2 sizes too big for her.
Wow.
And I was just like, my mind goes, and I'm like...
Did you start crying?
No, but
Poor lady coming to work, she ain't even got the right size shoes on.
But the other funny thing is we were sitting there, and then when she brought the food, she just brought the food without no drinks. And she was like, she probably knew it was the first time there, our first time there. She goes, "Oh, your drinks, you could just go to the fountain, and just the cups are already there. You just get your own drinks." I was like, "All right, word." So I walked over there, and sure enough, the mediums, they only have medium and large.
Okay.
They're just there. So it's almost like if you got a burger, why do you, it's like on your honor type deal.
Right.
Because I ordered medium drinks.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Because it's all you can drink, right? It's like free refills.
Yeah.
So what fucking doesn't matter if you get a small or a medium? You can go back up there and drink as many times as you want.
Yeah, but again, without knowing, obviously next time you go, I already ordered a medium.
Right.
But yeah, it's why pay for a large and get the bigger cup when...
That way you ain't got to get up as much. What you thinking? That way you can spend as much time with your old lady at the table as you possibly. It's Valentine's Day, bro. It's all about that special time together.
Then when we were leaving, we ordered our shakes to go, so we get them on the road. They ain't got nothing on Five Guys though. Still, Five Guys is top notch with the shakes.
Okay.
This spot better than McDonald's and In-N-Out, but nothing on Five Guys. But we were talking, and it reminded us of we would go to this other spot once a year, maybe twice a year for a burger. Take a drive for it, which was Foster Freeze in Coachella.
Oh, good old Foster Freeze.
So we were thinking this might be one of those, but no, we probably won't make that trip unless we really had to for some reason.
There's no Foster Freeze anymore.
No, but as far as Steak and Shake, it wasn't that good to where we'd be like, yo, let's take that drive.
Wow.
But I ordered a garlic butter burger, and it was actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
I might have to go try it out.
There's Steak and Shake, and there's Shake Shack. I've tried Shake Shack in the past. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, Shake Shack just sounds wrong to me. I don't know.
Same concept, hamburgers, shakes.
Have you ever had a date shake?
No, I don't like. Oh, yeah, I don't like it.
I just asked because I went with a friend of mine when I was a kid, and I couldn't fuck with it. They blended it and they brought it to us, and he's scooping through it, and all of a sudden you see a piece of the date come up, and it looked like a fucking cockroach wing. I was like, yeah, dude, no, I'm good. I can't fuck with it. I don't want none. I can't have that. What? It's good. I'm sure it is, dude, but that looked like a kuka. I'm cool, man. I'm good.
So when I told you I went out of town, and then I told you I went to Yucca, did you consider me going out of town? Because literally I did go out of town, but is it really going out of town?
That's like black people going out of town, though.
Damn.
And I say that, and if you're from here, you're not going to understand what I mean by that. We used to, when I lived in the Bay Area, black people lived in Oakland. And when they left Oakland, we out of town. And they would drive to the next city. They were in Hayward. They were in Fremont, which was 15, 20 minutes away. Oh, yeah, I'm out of town right now. Where you at? Oh, I'm in Fremont. We's on the way. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? We're at in Fremont. I'll come get it. You know what I mean? Don't trip.
But out of town is out of town.
Getaways. That's like you saying Coachella is far. Come on.
Dude, Coachella's a drive,
Coachella
kid.
is not a drive, bro.
Dog, you're tripping. Dude, I got problems going to Palm Desert.
Yeah, I saw you. Because what's Sam said something about going to the Cliff House, and you complain about driving to the entry of La Quinta to go for a fucking steak.
Yeah, but
Come on.
You would go there. You would take 111 pretty much to get there.
No, I take the freeway to Washington.
Well, yeah, because you're here on the freeway. I would have to take 111.
Why? If you drive straight down 30th and take a left to the freeway, you're right there. You're same shot as I am.
That's too far.
You're on the freeway 5 minutes longer than I am.
It's too far. That's a drive, kid. La Quinta is a drive.
Tony. So you don't go to La Quinta for anything?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I don't go if I don't have to.
What is something you would go to La Quinta for?
La Quinta?
Even if it's just the beginning, like those restaurants that are right there.
Let me put it this way. You know Mathis Brothers Furniture Store in Indio?
Yeah.
I would go there to look at furniture. But, like, I'd have to make a day of it.
Isn't there a Mathis Brothers in Cat City?
No. That used to be a Mathis Brothers Sleep Center. They just sold beds. Mattresses, I should say.
Then what's the one that's there where Upper Crust is at?
That used to be More.
More furniture. Okay.
That's closed.
Okay.
But, again, you want to go to okay, so we might as well have dinner out there because, we out there. Let's figure out, are we going around lunchtime so we can figure out what we're going to have for lunch out there? Because that's a drive.
Wow.
You don't think that's... Well, you used to driving to Coachella all the time, every day, so you're used to it.
Yeah, because it's not that big of a drive.
But then again, you got to remember, like me, to get to work, I'm at my first spot like in 10, 15 minutes tops. And then I'm home within 10, 15 minutes when I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. You almost work from home. That's crazy, Tony. Like for me, like okay, so thermal is far,
Shh. Thermal might as well be another time zone for me.
and Mecca is far.
Won't catch me.
Um,
I mean, you ain't got
Calexico,
no reason to go to Mecca.
Calexico, that shit is far. Yeah, if they're especially if you ain't got no reason to go out there. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn. When was the last time you drove out that way? Have you ever?
I have. I don't remember exactly why. I've driven like through Mecca once.
So going down 86, that takes you to
Yeah.
Mexicali, right?
Yes.
Because going through San Diego takes you to Tijuana. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
So that's Tijuana, Mexicali. And what about Yuma? Where does that take you into Mexico? What city is that? Do you know?
No. I just know that spot where you get your dental work and your vision checked, algodones, that's over there by Yuma. Why you laugh?
Because that's fucking funny. Hey, I'm gonna go to Yuma, dude. I'm gonna go get some dental work done.
Dog, I went there.
Yeah?
Did I ever tell you the story?
Yeah, I think so. You and your wife went and you was like, yeah, you want to? Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's some crazy shit.
So how was the Super Bowl?
Dude, this shit was intense, bro. Like it was such a low scoring game going into the half. Like for the first quarter, nobody scored. First score was 3, and that was well into the second half, into the second quarter.
Well, I mean, how was the party, kid? You going partying without me?
So here's what happened. So, I didn't see where Champ put what time to be at his house. And I didn't even look to see what time the game started. He said, I'll be here by like 1:30. All right, cool. By the way, do you think you can stop and pick up pizzas at Domino's and just tell me and I'll Zelle you or I'll give you cash when you get here? I was like, hey, you know what? I didn't pick anything up to make, so I'll just buy the pizzas and I'll bring those. That'll be my contribution for the party.
Potluck.
Yeah. He said, okay, even better. That works. So I ordered. They weren't even ready till almost 2:00. So I got to his house at about 2:00, and I was still the first one there. Which is cool because he was like, hey, dude, if you haven't eaten, you probably want to eat right now. He says, because as soon as people get here, they put their shit down and they start eating right away, and what you want is going to be gone. So you probably want to eat. So, all right, cool. And then he asked me about one of the TVs that he had. He couldn't get it going, so I sat and fucked around with it for a minute and got it going. And then by that time, Rob and Dez showed up, and I was like, cool. We were sitting there talking. I was like, I'm going to go get me something to eat real quick. I came back with food piled up, grabbed me a Coke and a bottle of water, sat down, and I ate real slow. It was good to go. Watched the game, and then by halftime, my side was numb, so I had to go home. And I came home for halftime, and that's when I took that first fucking gabapentin, dude.
Did you watch the halftime show?
I saw part of it because when I got home, Milo was watching the game in the living room, and he was doing it off of his phone. Under the dude, why are you doing that? I said, here, look, let me show you. And I took him to the game on the TV by itself. Oh shit, I didn't even know he had that. I know.
Same with my daughter.
Yeah.
She down. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't even know exactly the whole story, but she was telling us that she had to download Paramount Plus, I think, start a free trial that lasted for X amount of days or weeks.
Oh, shit.
And then if she wanted to continue with the trial, she would have to cancel it, or cancel before the trial, ended.
Right.
So she went and did all that, And then when the game was over, she went ahead and canceled it because she knows, yo, I'm going to forget, da-da-da. And next thing you know, I'm going to be getting bills from Paramount Plus, and I ain't got money for that. So I was like, you could just watch it for free. No, not my TV. I was like, yes, your TV. She's like, nope, my TV doesn't. Yes, your TV does. You just need to ask Daddy and he'll walk you through it.
All of a sudden, Mr. Tech over here. How do you get it for free on hers? How'd you do yours?
Go to the antenna.
Oh, yeah, that's how I did mine too. Through here. I got
But that halftime show, kid. First of all, it was kind of whack because it was a little too slow in the beginning, and the sound was like kind of crappy in the beginning as well. But Usher, when he started singing with Alicia Keys,
right? Alicia Keys looked good.
he was getting a little too cozy with her,
Yeah?
and she a married woman.
Swiss Beats gonna fuck her up.
But but apparently that's how his shows in Vegas are. Like he'll get people from the audience.
Well, that's why he got the herpes. Rubbing his shit up against just whoever.
I was talking to nephew about it. I was like, "Yeah, man, I think he got a little too close with her." I mean, I understand they're putting on a show and stuff, but a lot of that's not necessary.
Right.
And then he was like, "Yeah, you're probably right." And then we saw like a video about some dudes talking about how he was grinding on her. And I was like, "Yep, that's exactly right."
Mm-hmm. But Alicia Keys' ghetto is all get out, dude. And when you like in a real exchange, she's fucking ghetto is all get out. I heard her talking one time and she was like, God damn. Yeah, fuck this, fuck that, blah blah blah. Like
Damn.
just ghetto, dude. I was like, oh man, that's too bad. Cause you have a perception of her, you see her and she comes out and she plays this fucking piano so beautifully and sings really well, and like when you see her and she carries herself real well, and all of a sudden she just like, bleh. Like, oh man, why you gotta go out like that for? Hold that shit up. Not hold that shit up, hold that shit up. So, it's one of them things.
You said you watched the new season of True Detective, or did you start it?
I started it, the one with
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
How many episodes you in?
I think I'm like 4. I
Okay.
think that's all there is so far.
Okay. Is it me or is it totally different from
Yeah.
the other seasons?
Yes, totally different.
Oh, yeah. I'm not.
Because this
I'm
one
not
is
feeling it.
This one is like it's more thriller and it's more out there. It's not so much like.
I only watched the first episode, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to keep going.
Really? Would you get scared?
No, the old lady talking about seeing dead people. I'm like, man, this is some Mingo shit right here. Now they're gonna have some zombies coming out. This ain't real.
You got scared. That's why.
I think it's kind of whack.
You know what happened was you heard that and you were afraid that there was gonna be a noise outside again. You're gonna go outside and that same dude gonna be standing across the street and you gonna catch up at the last minute. You gonna slip and fall and poo-poo yourself.
Or let me ask you this: after these 4 episodes, it is like a legitimate crime story. And what I'm trying to say is, there's no like supernatural shit going on, is there?
No.
Okay, because that's kind of like what they're trying to imply.
Well, they try to imply it because the Alaskans are, they're basically Native American. They're indigenous, right? So they don't have any other explanation. So they gave these, like calling it a skinwalker kind of shit, right? But they, Jodie Foster and them are investigating it. I think it's more of a virus or something that got in them. I don't know what the fuck happened right there. That they got or something.
Because like that lady, some dude, like she's talking with some dude, and like he's wilding out, And at the end of the first episode, they're like, "Well, who brought you here?" And she's like, "Whatever his name was, Tim." And they're like, "Well, Tim's been dead for like X amount of years." And I'm like, "Oh man, here we go."
Hey, Tim's a powerful motherfucker, dude. Don't here we go with Tim. Don't sleep on that shit.
Tim's, but
I'm just kidding. I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought to me, but see, the thing is that the difference between you and I is that I watch it and just for the entertainment value. You watch it and you try to pick it apart. Fuck.
No, see, that's where you're wrong.
Okay.
I could watch your Walking Dead.
But you don't.
It's just not my cup of tea. But I understand it's fiction. It ain't real. You know what I'm saying? It's a show about
Well,
this.
you know, True Detective ain't real, right?
But it's a detective story. Law and Order ain't real, but it's still, they don't have zombies walking around because it ain't that kind of show. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, True Detective was the same thing. It's like detectives trying to solve a case.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but when you're talking to somebody talking about this dude's been dead for 20 years, how could you be talking to him?
But if that's all they know and that's part of their...
No, that ain't all they know because they actually showed her talking to the dude that's been dead for 20 years.
Right.
Well,
If that's all they know, or maybe there's something in the water in the air that's making her see some shit.
Here we go. Man.
You don't give it enough time. Here's my problem with the whole thing and you in this situation is that you like The Village and you like the way fucking Knock at the Cabin ended, but you won't sit and see the value in what you're watching and won't even give it a chance. I'm just saying.
I'm giving it a chance. I'm gonna watch it still.
All right. Well,
but
save your crying for later.
But, you know, if they're gonna start talking about people coming back from the dead and stuff, I don't need to waste my time on that.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, huh?
What?
They found the bodies already, right?
At the end of the first episode, they found the bodies.
Okay, so...
Don't tell me.
What?
They come back to life or some shit?
No, fucker. Watch the next one. There's going to be a part that freaks you the fuck out.
I am going to watch it, but...
Just watch it, I'm just saying. I ain't saying you ain't got to like it, but watch it and then be like, oh, okay, that must be what he was talking about. Just saying. Some weird shit going on up in Alaska. How could you fucking live in a city like that where it's dark 30 days out of the year?
I know, right? It is wild.
Fuck that. Like that. Like living in a region like that, like it's fucking dark. And when the lights are on, ain't shit around you anyways. And now it's dark and ain't shit around you, but shit's happening. That shit'll freak you the fuck out. I'm good, bro. Nope.
I remember watching a movie, I think it was Robin Williams.
Insomnia.
Yeah. And was it Al Pacino?
Yep.
He went up to Alaska to go work on this case, and he lands, and he's all hyped, and he's like, all right, let's go to the school. And they're like, it's like middle of the day outside, sunny. And they're like, schools aren't open right now. They're like, what are you talking about? And they were like, it's 3 a.m. But it looks like it's 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah, dude. Could you imagine?
Like, really? Yeah, that's wild.
You didn't get any of that when you went to Alaska?
No.
So how often does that happen in Alaska? I know
I have no idea. No idea.
Did you know that it wasn't going to be those times when you went?
No. We weren't basing it on that in any way.
No?
Our trip, no.
How mad would you have been if you went to Alaska and it was just dark the whole time? Couldn't see shit because it was just black.
Yeah, that would have really sucked, actually. Now that you think about it, because you couldn't go out to the ocean go whale watching.
You could, but that'd be some scary shit, right?
It would, yeah.
All of a sudden you hear some shit splashing and you can't see.
They got the big ass bright light, spotlight, just trying to look for shit around.
And all you see is this big old fucking eye. Nah, fuck that. Get me to the shore. Fuck that shit. I'm tripping. Nope, not me. You ain't gonna catch me in the water out at night. Nope. Or during the day in Alaska when it's dark. No, I'm good, bro. Fucking, Sebastian said that shit. He said, because we were watching something, and he said, I think I'd do that. Like, what? It was one of those shows where it was the ice fishermen or whatever, where they go out on the boat and they go to the Bering Sea when it's with a high tide, the fucking waves are all high and they're catching crab or whatever.
And he said he would do that?
Yeah, he said I think I'd love to do that. I was like, really? He said, yeah, that's fucking crazy. I said, you can go do that for 6 months out of the year and come off that ocean and make enough money to last you the whole year.
Yeah. I don't think is it 6 months? I think it's like a month, maybe 3.
Yeah, 3 months, I think.
I had a buddy that did that. He did it one season.
Was it Sean?
No, Felix. He came back. He became an electrician. He wasn't going back out.
That's hard work, though, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't imagine sitting on a boat being thrown around in the water like that. I mean, death is around every fucking corner. And could you imagine some of the creepy shit they pull up out of that ocean?
Yeah.
Like, it can't just be crabs that they're pulling up or lobsters that they're pulling up. Like, there's got to be some weird, at the bottom of that cold-ass sea kind of shit.
Yo, and then the smells.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
where you're sleeping. I mean, it yeah, no.
Bro, I used to have, when I worked at the bank, bro, when I was 16, 17 years old, this dude used to come in, and he looked like, fuck, now I'm not going to be able to remember his name. He was Walter Matthau. You know who Walter Matthau is, right? So that same kind of pocked, puffy face and the muddled nose from drinking and all that shit. Nicest guy in the fucking world, bro. But he owned a fishery there in Cat City. Like, he would get fish shipped in and he would, prepare it and people could come in and buy their fish from him there in Cat City. Bro, that motherfucker would come in and stank up the whole fucking... Oh, my God, bro. You fucking reek. Like, go change before you come in here. That shit is nasty. Nicest guy in the world, bro. But god damn, that shit we used to kick. Fuck. It's like he used to have Bruce Lee in a bank bag and just let that motherfucker out. He was just kicking you in the face with fish feet. All fucking nasty as fuck, bro. Oh, that's the worst. Anybody or any shout outs you got to do before we head out?
Yeah. Yesterday, Valentine's Day, Raymond Magana turned 33.
Raymond.
Saw him on Friday at the Luchador.
Okay.
Him and his daughter.
How's he doing? Okay.
Yeah.
How'd the wood gift work out?
He didn't tell me. No. But I told him he should be getting double gifts, Valentine's Day and his birthday.
Hell yeah.
He should have gotten hooked up. So I hope you did, Raymond. This Saturday, nephew's daughter, Mariah, turns 15.
God.
To be 15 again.
Could you imagine, bro?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being in your 20s again?
Here's the funny thing. When my daughter turned 15, we had a quinceañera for her.
Okay.
His daughter, to me, doesn't seem like she's that old. Or should I say my daughter didn't seem that young. Because I still see his daughter as because she's quiet and stuff.
Right.
So I kind of see her as being younger than, obviously, than she is now.
Right.
So it's just a trip that when my daughter had her quinceañera, that's how old she is now.
Yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, 15. Happy birthday, Mariah. The following day, the 18th, Luis's oldest daughter, little Melissa.
Okay.
She turns 24.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, little Melissa. That's it.
That's it. Oh, I thought there was going to be a lot more in February.
Oh, we still got to the end of the month.
Right. Anything else before we go?
No.
No, you good? All right, cool deal. All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Bye.